Hello everyone, MFPallytime here, and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. Our party is just outside of Moonrise Towers, but we are not alone. Every Harper that is able-bodied and willing to fight is here with us. Jaheira has grabbed her scimitars, and everyone is preparing for an all-out assault on the front door. However, that won't be a problem, because Clark has had an enlightened plan all along. Our party gathers together, and we're going to talk to Jaheira first. As always, thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you do, please be sure to hit that thumbs up button. And let's see what she has to say.
Unshackled from shadows, she will rise in moonlit glory and carve a path of brightness to the accursed one's second death. So saith the wise Alondo. That beacon of angelic wrath has taken the fight to Ketheric on the rooftop, and the first line of defense are dead. But storming the tower won't be easy.
Or will
If
it?
we wait too long, Ketheric will gather his strength and retaliate. For now, though, he's on the back foot for the first time since he returned from the grave. This is it. The spearhead moment. You brought us this far. So how shall we proceed?
So part of the reason I wanted to do this enlightened plan is because Jaheira is a character from the original Baldur's Gate games. And if she doesn't have a great battle here, you don't get to see where her story goes in Act 3. And, you know, as the leader of the Harpers here, that seems like a pretty important story. There is some dialogue options that give you the ability to control Jaheira, but not all paths lead there. And if she has to fight for herself, she will more often than not, run into an AoE and die. We move in and secure the ground floor first. Cut off all exits.
A sound strategy. Once it's done, me and my Harpers will hold the ground floor while you hunt down the General himself. Floric left some of her flaming fist. They'll scout the prisons and the barracks below to ensure we're not taken by surprise. Say the word, and we're off.
Actually, I'd rather have you join my party, Jaheira. Oh, I suppose that's what leads directly to it. No, we're good. Let's go.
At the ready, Harpers! In this light.
I wonder if they changed that.
In this light, we will avenge the fallen!
Everyone's excited and ready to go.
Ketheric will taste of death at last.
Well, how long do you think they're going to charge in before they realize that we've already killed every single person inside? One thing I want to bring your guys' attention to is... Did I miss a goblin? Wait, who the fuck is this? No, there was no one left alive. The Knoll's actually coming back in from outside too. Okay, so not everyone apparently is dead. We have 2 archers up on the high ground and some guy on the lower ground as well. Lae'zel's turn is up, and she is going to shadow step up to that high balcony. She's then going to plant her weapon firmly into this guy's brain. Seeing the other person on the other side, she is going to fire off 1 shot from her Titan string bow, connecting for 10 damage. We are then going to see Clark jump up to the top. Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. He does not need the aid of magic to get here. He's then going to punch the jaw clean off of the archer onto the high ground. We're then going to see Astarion try his hand at Tasha's hideous laughter. 40% chance to hit. Make it roll. Oh, he's still saved. There's one more archer in the doorway that might be a problem, but here we go. We're going to end our turns. We are going to see Gale move forward with a level 3 magic missile. Not on the guy closest to us, funny enough. We're going to aim that a little bit further back at the archer. Let's do a level 3 at the archer in the doorway. I'm going to have to expend all of my movement to get here. Oh, it's still not enough. Okay, we'll just do a fire bolt on the zealot closest to us and hope that he does not make his way over to Gale. The Harpers begin to fire off arrows from the high ground. Notice that he's out of their effective range, and only one of those shots connected. Jaheira, now with both scimitars in hand, jumps over a corpse on the ground using her bonus action and casts Ice Storm. With Cutting Words, we will help it, and it deals very good damage to both of the remaining absolute fighters here. Barnabas and the other gnolls on the side take aim as well, firing off shots at the Zealot Arden. It looks like only one of those shots are going to connect for 7 damage. The reason the gnolls are on our side is because we had a little conversation in there with them when they were trying to be controlled by the Absolute. One of the Harpers does manage to run forward just into range of the Zealot we were all staying out of range of. Luckily for him, he did not take fatal damage. Kalark is going to jump from the rafters, landing next to the archer in the next room. Normally, there would be more guards in here that would stop us from advancing, but as you can see, all of those guards are also dead. Lae'zel is going to use that Titan string bow of hers again. From the high ground, we miss on the Zealot, who's not really able to move, and then I'm going to move to the left. She fell on top of that beam. We're going to try a main hit attack with Astarion. The second shot, once again, being dodged. Now it's up to Jaheira. She is going to take the shape of a panther, jump forward, and do nothing, so Gale can fire off a firebolt. Uh-oh. At Jaheira and miss. That hitbox is a little big there, little lady. That's a monstrous hitbox. Our party hits level 7. Excuse me, level 8? Level 9? What level are we? If we're level 9, oh, that is a big level. Kalako Lark will not take points in Monk. Instead, he will become a subclass thief. Now, managing bonus actions on a Monk comes down to, well, for us, our playstyle, just one thing, using Flurry of Blows. As a thief, we gain an additional bonus action, so I can Flurry of Blows multiple times in a single turn. We are talking potentially hundreds of damage that has just been given to us for a single level up. Gale is going to hit level 9. By the way, thank you for the comments about the resistance feat. I didn't know that casters gain resistance passively to their main stat. That was fantastic knowledge. I will look into changing that in the future. I haven't done it yet. We gain access to level 5 spells. We are going to grab Conjure Elemental and Telekinesis to help us on our fight. Telekinesis seems really fun, but it also only does 1 damage, and it takes your concentration. I don't know, we'll try it. Lae'zel becomes a level 4 Paladin. We are 1 level away from having another attack. Now, I don't believe it's meant to work this way, and I'll probably talk about it again once we level up. But when Lae'zel is a 5 Paladin and 5 Warlock, you know how we have to bind our weapon to get that additional attack? I've heard that it's bugged in this game, and when you get your additional attack as Paladin, you can do your 2 swings and still follow up with a 3rd swing from the bind weapon, as long as you attacked with the weapon that's bound. We'll see when we get there. We're still 1 level off from that. We do not gain access to new spells, but we do get a new feat. I think for Lae'zel, we're going to take Alert. She's going to give a +5 bonus to initiative, so she goes faster in turns, but also is not able to be surprised. Her dexterity is only 14. In the grand scheme of things, especially as we enter Act 3, that's very, very low, and she's going to go last in most cases. This will stop that. And Lae'zel hits so hard that she'll be able to get out on the field and probably even the odds for our team before the enemy even gets to go now. All right, well, that level up is complete. The gnolls are here and on our side. Do we talk to Jaheira again, or do we just kind of go from this? Wait a minute. Did they all run up the stairs? Oh, sorry. You all died the last time I was here. Let's make our way inside. Oh, before I do that, there is an iron banded shield here. You need to make sure you pay close attention to this. There are only 2 shields in the game that I know of that do what this shield does. So it's a +1. You see that, right? So that means the iron banded shield gives 3 AC instead of 2. As long as you aren't doing any special things with your shield, like our Astarion, who got that shield that had aid on it, and then it turns out it's not an AoE aid, we can actually increase his AC even more, bringing him up to 22. He is very, very hard to hit. Jaheira's in here. Let's have a word with her. Kalark, running on point.
As long as we hold this floor, the tower is ours. I'll stay here. Ensure no one comes up or down without a scimitar welcome.
Fantastic.
Now, a final audience with Ketheric Thorm awaits.
I detect a hint of envy. No. Wish Kalark luck. Sing of my glory.
May you strike like the viper and choke like the vine. Good luck.
She does look a little sad. Hold on. Jaheira.
It's all up to you now.
Oh, I can't even offer to bring her now. Hey, Lae'zel, will you get off that beam? You're taking all night. Let's go.
Efficient path.
Oh, she can't get down. Because the ladder broke in that explosion I did. Here's what she's going to do instead. Oh, I can't teleport either. Oh my God, and Kalark jumped up here. It actually made our lives so much more difficult. We're going to jump across. Kalark should follow. And this kind of support beam structure goes throughout the entire building. But they've made a path that I might be able to take a little less damage. Still 14. Bro, do I use a spell slot for this? I think I might need to. Gale is going to Misty Step up to the high ground using one of his level 2 spell slots. We're going to cast Featherfall for free and then have everyone jump down. Sorry about that, Lae'zel. I didn't know jumping up there was going to strand you. I'm kind of glad I did it now, though. Those archers would have had free range on us. Don't you dare jump back up there. What's happening? Perfect. All right, to the roof. Surprised. He turned around pretty fast. Oh.
What have you done? What have you done to me?
I found the night song. Surrender now and I'll consider letting you live. Oh my God, could you imagine passing that? You were feeding off the power of the night song for a century. You can no longer.
Dare you interfere? You are like the digits of a hand. It is for you to act, not to decide. You serve the Absolute. You serve me. Bow, you dog. Bow!
Ah! No! Yeah, you see that? You have no power over me while I wield this.
You've had it all this time, you worm. You will bow before me. And if you will not bow, you will break.
Is that so, big man? What an arrival. She's like, I noticed you monologuing.
How good it is to see you again, Ketheric. At last you found a godmaster that suits you, it seems.
Halen, the thief. You stole Isabel from me, and now you think you'll take my life in the bargain?
You dare to speak her name? After your crimes innumerable, you would evoke her before me!
Enough! This ends, here and now. At last.
He will crumble at the power of your touch. Give him all you have. The gods fight at our side!
Oh, damn! Oh, man. Well, our party finds themselves beneath Ketheric. It might be a bit of a pain to get up there. If only I had Misty Step available on Lae'zel. Well, what Lae'zel is going to do is enter the center of the room and cast slow. On how many targets, you may ask? Ketheric is out of line of sight, unfortunately. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's half of the ads. Cutting words. So the left side and most of the right side is slowed down for this turn. After seeing Lae'zel do that, we are going to watch her take a step behind of the Night Song. Now, Olark gets a bonus action sprint. This will mean he cannot use a flurry of blows. Right? Not right. Because we've leveled up, if I don't kill any of these creatures immediately, or kill them so well that I don't have any more attacks, we can move up to the final of the Necromites and put them into the dirt. Now, Kalark moves up to... Maybe Kalark stays here for now. And line of sight's Ketheric. Lae'zel's gonna end her turn. We are going to see Gale. Oh my god, could you imagine a hasted Dame Aelin? Gale looks at the angel who just flew in to aid us. Doubles her movement and ability to attack. I don't know if that movement part's right. I'm just going for the RP here. You get what I'm saying. Gale knows he's going to have to protect himself now and steps back into the shadows. Astarion, front and center. He is going to try and hypnotic pattern. I love that. The left side, except that's going to hit Lae'zel there. Not enough movement. Oh, is this a camera angle issue again? Hold on. It is right here, Astarion. So that does not hit Dame Aelin. The two on the left are not only slowed, but hypnotized as well. And unfortunately, none of that seemed to have affected Ketheric himself. However, we should have stopped a lot of their momentum. And at the end of this turn, this angel is going to be insane. Let's see how it plays out. Calling reinforcements from the dog. Reach from beyond. We are not going to counterspell that. We will cutting words it. Make it miss. Not going to counterspell. The person in front of Dame Aelin, I imagine this is like one of the absolute clerics, is summoning in something that's incubating on the other side. That looks like it might hatch more undead. And we see Ketheric do something similar, spawning another cocoon in the center of the room. That cocoon does work, breaking Lae'zel's concentration on slow. Oh, shit. Do not react. We are going to hold for now. Nice hit there. I suppose we could have gotten Warcaster on Lae'zel if we really wanted to. Great damage. Oh my god. Ketheric Thorm, only 72 HP remaining. He's at half and the smites are still flying. That was all the damage she could do there, but Lae'zel saw that happening and she would love to get up there to the high ground. There's only one problem. She can't. Is there a scroll of Misty Step? If so, I don't think I have it. Nope. Oh man, I really want to get her up there. We could do the whole ritual of jumping to get up there, but that would take too long. That sucks. All right, Lae'zel's going to move to the left and stop the Mistress of Souls from conjuring any more of her cheap tricks. Before we swing one more time, we are going to use our bonus action to just apply a hex and then swing after for that bonus damage, making sure they die. And because that target died, the cocoon never formed on the left side either. We're going to send Lae'zel up to stand in between the two hypnotized undead, whereas Kalark is going to start by punching the lights out of the necromite, running upstairs. Oh, he makes direct eye contact with Ketheric Thorm. You see how he's adjusting his posture there? He knows what's about to hit him. It's a toppling attack.
Enough. My lord beckons me.
Why would she run away? Keep swinging.
You must return to your prison, and my daughter must be reclaimed.
Your daughter? Isabel.
It was a distraction! Oh no. Oh no, she's knocked out cold.
You will fall as sure as she. This has only begun.
Oh no, he's taken our ace in the hole.
That tentacle was colossal. How can such a thing be possible?
Well, it's still Kalark's turn, and we're gonna go up to the dog and make sure it doesn't bite us. After that, Kalark can still throw a weapon, so that's what he's going to do. Not at one of the hypnotized creatures. If I can, unfortunately, it says my path is interrupted, so it is going to be at one of the necromites. That's going to do 13 damage. They are no longer hypnotized and have a little bit of movement left. Gale still concentrating on haste, even though our hasted target is not here. He's going to enter the room and firebolt that same formerly hypnotized necromite. They do fall. Astarion on the far side is going to shoot after he takes a half step forward at another one of the necromites that are not hypnotized. That critical hit secures the kill in a single attack. We are not going to counterspell anything, cutting words to help it miss though. And now Lae'zel splits the undead in front of her into two before repeating it again. Kalark up at the top sees a chest next to him. I know it's in this. Astarion leveling up too. I was wondering why he was so far behind. Astarion is going to add a bonus guidance onto his roll here. He rolls a 23 and pops this bad boy open. I stole this from Ketheric in the Dark Urge run before this fight. I just wanted to see what was in the chest. And it says, exhort the risen as well as ghoulish touch. Lash out with deadly calls that could possibly paralyze a target. Subjugated undead with your command. Both of those seem like really, really cool effects. For now, Astarion takes a moment to reflect on his growth, especially in the past few episodes. Upon reaching level 8 as a bard, he does gain a new feat. We also have level 4 spells. I don't believe this is new. Maybe not. Maybe he didn't have Dimension Door before. For his new spell, he is going to grab Greater Invisibility. You never know when you really need to sneak into a place. I don't think I want to swap any of my spells out just yet. I still am a fan of Crown of Madness, although we haven't used it in a while. As for a feat, this one seems pretty straightforward for me. I want him to have as much charisma as possible, so we're just going to take the ability improvement and pop 2 points into that charisma. Jaheira made it up to the rooftops. Wow, that was quick. Did you hear the tentacle?
The general will call that a tactical retreat, I'm sure. But you have him on the run. That thing he summoned was illithid. Follow it below and find him, before he has a chance to subdue the Night Song again.
You and your harpers aren't coming? I can handle this, don't worry, Kalark says, with like a cold stare on his face. He knows what he has to do. He's mentally preparing himself.
I don't doubt it. But I'd come with you, if you'll have me.
Oh. Okay. Join me then.
You have numbers enough already, I think. You'll want a small force, if you are to finish this quickly. Good hunting.
You are the most confusing woman I've ever met. I want to join you. You get invited to join finally, and then you decline joining? My goodness. Astarion gazing down the former castle tower where the tentacle just emerged through. He takes a deep breath and commits.
The hole yawns back at you, impossibly wide. A single tentacle burrowed through stone.
This must be where they harvest the tadpoles. We're close to the source of the infections.
Immediately in front of us, we see some miasma that has overtaken the wall. Kalark moves closer to it and tries to swiftly take it down. The membrane burns from the power of our gloves.
Tread carefully. We are very close to the source of the absolute now.
Now,
The telepathic storm has become a tempest.
I'm very aware that these intellect devourers are neutral to us. However, we have 2 Githyanki in our party, and we will not let any of the Mind Flayer's creatures breathe the same air as us as long as we can fight. The first 2, make that the first. Oh, let's just go ahead and run after this thing. The first 5 of the Intellect Devourers go down in a single hit. We have 1 more bonus action on Kalark. He's still ripping through the hallway, but we don't even need it. Another punch will do, followed by an offhand strike. Now, we are not going to be able to fit the contents of this place into one episode. This area is massive, maybe even bigger than Moonrise Tower itself. But there is one room in particular I want to bring you guys to. I just have to find it first. The first room to the north houses even more intellect devourers. But across the room, we see pods just like the ones we were held in on the Nautiloid. You can get a bit of a glimpse at who might be inside some of these pods. And I did notice this on the last playthrough as well. There is a part of this that I didn't notice, though.
Mind flayers and civilians, side by side. This must be where they infect and transform those they kidnap.
High Cathedral, the burning black sky of Avernus beyond.
Sorry for the double speak there. If you click on any of these, it gives you a little bit of
In its
information.
horror, the blood war unites you. Tiefling, dwarf, and elf alike huddle behind the shields of your paladin order, waiting for salvation. But when it comes, disunity. The returned city casts your people out, the devils who dragged them down to hell. In the end, it is not your paladin oath that is broken. It is your faith itself.
Does that sound like anyone we may have known? Well, unlike last time, I see this button now. I was afraid to press anything before, really. That fear has left me. We are going to start this fight with Lae'zel on the western side, along with Gale. And then the rest of our party will be on the side. He's speaking.
Let's get going.
With Zevlor.
Your tadpole forms a telepathic connection with the device, and a chorus of static energy fills your mind.
We need to let him out.
Mind flayer in the room calls out hungrily from its pod, seeking release and sustenance. But there are others in the pods, those not yet infected, not yet elithid, terrified, desperate to escape.
There he is. I don't know who that other person is, should I? Are they just flaming
The
fists?
device is open to your tadpole's command. to your authority.
Oh, open it. We'll kill the mind flayers in there. That'll be fun. They disapproved? Really? Really? Lae'zel, you're afraid to take on a mind flayer? Lae'zel didn't hear that. She was too busy casting Hex onto... Should we do an intelligence Hex? I normally don't care. I just get the bonus up for the extra damage. But hexing the intelligence of a mind flayer does seem like it's a good play. We're going to run forward with our swing, missing the target. Follow that up with a pretty good hit right there. That was 35 damage. Not enough to kill the mind flayer.
Keep going.
But enough to get started. Kalark then meets the tentacles of the mind flayer in front of him. He's going to do a toppling attack. The second half of that misses, so he does another. Yes, that is our strength. That is the power of Kalark. We're then going to walk just by this. Attack of opportunity might hit us. It does not. And we're going to attempt to stun the other mind flayer. That was a 95% chance of working, and it did. Kalark's then going to continue to hit the mind flayer on his side of the room. Lae'zel ends her turn. Kalark ends his. And now Zevlor pulls out his weapon and turns the two halves of that brain into two pieces lying on the floor. That crossbow shot of his not hitting as hard, 3 damage. We see a frightening smite coming out from one of the gauntlets, one of the flaming fists. They do manage to take down another of the intellect devourers. Now the mind flayers are in play. An attack of opportunity hits one as it moves away. Cunning words may help Lae'zel, but no, she is stunned on the far side of the room. I suppose we know why she is upset that we let these things out now. She was worried about something like that happening. Astarion on his turn is going to... I don't know if I'll be able to mind control a mind flayer. You know what I mean? I feel like they have control of their mind quite well. However, the Glyph of Warding does allow me to use Sleep as a dexterity save, and I can hit these two in the corner. Oh, it worked! And then we're going to do our off crossbow strike onto the mind flayer next to Kalark. We are going to then see Astarion head towards the center of the room. The Sun Mind Flayer next to Kalark gives up their turn, while another of the flaming fists goes in for a dagger stab to the kidney. The intellect devourers from the next room begin to dash towards us as Gale now has a turn of his own. He is going to... we need to take down the intellect devourers. I'm going to try to slow this one down with a... It's not Cone of Cold. Ray of Frost. Does it do anything? It is encrusted with frost. That might help. Yes! Yes, we've reduced its movement, and we are going to stay exactly where we are. The Mind Flayer that is not stunned tries to extract Lae'zel's brain and successfully does it, dealing 66 damage to our warrior on the side. We got to kill him and get that brain back in there while it's still cold, or before it gets cold, while it's still warm. Claws being used on Gale. He tries to charm the creature, but it does not work. We are going to see a toppling attack from Kalark, taking down the Mind Flayer next to him. He then moves towards the other Mind Flayer on this side of the room and begins punching. I would love to do another toppling attack, but I've used all of my key energy for today. The brain of Lae'zel has been secured, at least for now. Zevlor, blade in hand again, goes for one of these sleeping intellect devourers and takes them down in a single blow. Then, yep, a rushing attack to take down the other Mind Flayer. Another critical hit as one of the flaming fists hits the sleeping Mind Flayer on the ground. It's got just a little bit of HP left, but it rises back to its feet and stuns Astarion in the center of the room. The other gauntlet moves towards the intellect devourer that is currently rushing towards Gale to try to give him a bit more space as another intellect devourer enters from the opposite side. of the room. Every time I level up on Gale, he gets a new spell slot. They keep trying to bring Witch Bolt back into my life, dude. No matter how many times you try, it's never going to be a thing. Stop trying to make Witch Bolt a thing. We're going to cast a level 2... Fairy Fire? Is that? No, I know. Magic Missile. That's what this ability is called. 1 is going to be all we need to take this guy down. We also have some bonus damage added in on that, but it would be better if he's a later target. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is the major threats in the room taken care of. As the turn order rolls back around, Clark stuffs the brain back into Lae'zel's ears. She gets back up on her feet. Clark then continues running forward. Because I did not attack, I will not be able to do an offhand strike. So that's going to be all that he's doing. Lae'zel's going to chill back here too, as Zevlor rolls forward with another gigantic swing.
Hells, I didn't think I was going to make it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I owe you an explanation. Much more than that. But first, please, the others, the ambush. Tell me they survived?
They did not. You left them dead on the streets. They found refuge, but what the hell's happened out there, Zevlor?
You've heard some of it, I'm sure. That I froze, or broke, or some other lie that is kinder than the truth. We were ambushed by cultists, yes. And then I heard her, their false god, whispering promises in my mind. I would be a paladin again, with a god's purpose, a god's power. Everything I needed to protect my people. And all the while, the cult tortured them. They fought and ran and died around me, while I imagined myself their savior. By the time I regained my senses, it was too late. I did not just surrender to the Absolute. For a moment, I welcomed it.
For a moment, until you realized the reward would be a tadpole, I bet.
Until I realized what I'd done. Perhaps I fought. I don't recall. Either way, I was deemed unworthy of becoming a true soul. I won't make excuses. I can't make amends, but I know something of what you came to do. I want to help, if you'll let me. Ketheric is below. He thinks you're no longer a menace. Descend and show him how wrong he is. If there are any more survivors to be found, I'll find them and lead them out of this place.
Find your people, Zevlor. They need you.
They have you. Go, my friend. Please, let me do this much.
Well, the last time we came through here, I didn't know how to save Zevlor. I hope his story ends a little bit better than it did last time. We have a lot more to do here inside of the underbelly of Moonrise Towers. We'll pick it up next episode. Thank you guys so much for being here. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit that thumbs up button, and I'll see you again very soon.